So a year into the position switch, how does it feel now going into this spring at running back?
Yeah, my first spring at running back feels good. Really getting things under my belt a little bit. So get a chance to just kind of go out and play a little more freely now that I know what's going on.
What has been the biggest change for you since maybe from when you started at the position to now?
That's a good question. I think just less focusing on how to play running back and technique and things. I'm picking that up. So now it's more just the little details of scheme and really making good reads and seeing my keys better.
Some new faces on offense. Jay, Carson. Anyone standing out to you so far?
Yeah, we have a ton of talent. I'm really excited. Obviously a big turnover with the guys from last year, but I really think we reloaded. And so quarterbacks are doing a great job. Colin and Dante look great. And yeah, really at all positions we got some depth and we got some guys that can really play. So I'm excited.
Cool. What are some of those little details you were talking about that you're working on now that you've got the kind of big stuff down?
Yeah, sure. Just the real intimate parts about reads and things, right? So, I can, instead of worrying about my footwork and what gap I'm supposed to hit, it's like, okay, I can read safety rotation, I can see backers flow, things like that, start to play with them a little more instead of just focusing too much on what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And is that where maybe your background as a quarterback, is that where that helps a little bit more? Because you're kind of used to seeing a little bit more of that stuff?
I'd like to think so. Yeah. I mean, it's not the first time I've done that, I guess. So it's kind of nice to just be able to take a step back and put those things again. And I'm definitely comfortable with it. Yeah.
You brought up the depth of the offense earlier, specifically for the running backs. I mean, adding Carson and adding Anthony, what does it do to this group? And what do both of those guys bring?
Yeah, Carson and Anthony are awesome. They're studs. They're good people. Isaiah, we got Mania too. The depth has been a blessing, honestly. We didn't quite have that last year at some time, so it's been really nice. We have fresh legs more often, so we can get really good quality reps out there. Just a bunch of good people in the room, and it's been great.
What's been maybe the difference without Zach in the room this year?
Yeah, it's tough. Zach is a stud. Really good role model for all of us to, take notes on and really try to be like. So I think for the older guys in the room, TJ and I, and the guys that have been back there, we're trying to emulate that as best we can so that the young guys can see what Zach had. And luckily, we got film on him, so we can still watch him a little bit. But yeah, we miss Zach, obviously, but we got guys that can do it too.
How have you seen TJ kind of progress and develop over the last year?
Yeah, TJ's been doing a great job. Obviously, he's a true freshman last year, which is super impressive. So kudos to that kid. He's a stud. But he just seems way more comfortable back there. He's making really good reads. He's really smooth. Starting to see kind of him be the more shifty, make guys miss kind of back that I know he can be. I think he's playing a little more freely, and I'm really excited to see him.
Can you give us kind of a rundown? There's a lot of different personalities of that running back.
Yeah.
Like, can you kind of give us a rundown on, just some of the guys and, just, again, personalities?
Sure. I'm sure you guys have heard the stories about Carson. You guys got like a pet alligator or something. So you can kind of guess, but he's an awesome guy. He's a freaking tank. He's a really good dude. Ants, once again, just another really good dude. Smart guys. I'd say overall, we just got a room full of smart guys that really care about what we're doing. And yeah, we're all a little bit different, but I think we all work together really well and can kind of play off each other and learn from each other. And it's gonna be a fun time.
Have you met the alligator?
I have not, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I prefer to keep my distance there.
With just Zach's kind of vacancy, from a scheme or, offensive standpoint, and is there anything, that you've seen so far this spring, that is guys trying to maybe fit into certain sets that, used to run for Zach, or just anything, what kind of is standing out to you there?
Are you kind of asking if we're going to run similar stuff that we have in the past?
Yeah, as far as, just, you feel like guys are kind of almost stepping into Zach's role in those sets, or maybe, the playbook's changing a little bit to make that to, TJ, Carson, just your strengths.
Sure. I mean, you guys know this. We're kind of on the front third, really still of spring ball. So we put our base stuff in, stuff that Coach Kelly is really comfortable with and that we coach really well and that we've run really well in the past. And so I think we're going to roll with that. And then, knowing Coach Kelly, I'm sure he's got some stuff up his sleeve, as he always does. But right now we're just kind of working on the base stuff, and I'm sure guys will later in camp kind of figure out what roles they're gonna fill and go from there. But for now, pretty base stuff.
We've seen you guys, rotate different personnel in, not only yourself with different quarterbacks, but also different offensive linemen. How does that play into how you guys mesh together and try to, form an identity as a unit?
Yeah, you're talking about in spring mode we're doing? Yeah, I think right now we're really just trying to try guys at different spots and see what we got with all the turnover that we've had, just kind of make sure everyone's getting reps with everyone and see how that all goes. I think that'll be an advantage, because when it does come time to kind of really arrange things how the coaches decide, we'll all be really comfortable with each other and know what we're doing. But more or less that question's a little above my pay grade. I'm just doing what they tell me. Awesome. Anything else, y'all?
Thanks, Will.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it, y'all.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you guys out here.
Good to see you.
We're gonna
Go ahead.
TJ, year 2 for you?
Yeah, must be years too.
How are you feeling? How are you kind of coming along this year compared to last?
I'll definitely say I know the offense more. A little part of shape last year, and I just feel comfortable all around.
TJ, what's it like to take part of the offense with someone, last year? Obviously, DTR is out entrenched as starting quarterback, but this year, positional battles kind of all across the offense. What's it like to be a part of?
Honestly, I'm pretty confident. Like all of the quarterbacks, whoever happens. You have a great group of guys, and I'm just ready to see what it is.
How much of an adjustment was it last year to the speed of the college game? How long did it take you to get kind of acclimated to it?
I would say, because I came early last year in spring, so I would say probably that whole spring ball and a little bit of fall camp. But after that, I was pretty used to the speed of the game and plays and stuff like that.
How much did it help your confidence getting some time there, getting the season against Cal in that sun ray?
I would definitely say it made me more confident in who I was as a player. I would just kind of prepare for those moments, I'll say, and that was just I would say it's like a learning step. Now I'll say in those games I've learned on mistakes on what I could have done better, and now I'm just gonna use that for this season.
Just your second year, but you're already taking first string reps out there. Have you, with Zach gone, is it a kind of a tough thing to be kind of the leader of that group, considering you got Carson and Anthony were both older, but you're first string?
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty confident on taking the reps like that, because all last year I just watched Zach, which is a great model, and he's going to be a great player in NFL. So I'll say just taking it all in from Zach, which helped me out a lot last year.
You're someone who's familiar with Justin Martin. How have you kind of seen his growth during the time at UCLA as well?
I would definitely say he's more calm, more confident. Honestly, just more confident in himself, being a player, and a person on and off the field. So, yeah.
What specifically did you kind of take the game mentioning learning from Zach last year? What specifically, did you kind of take that you feel like really trying to apply this grade and showing to deserve being concerned out?
Mainly just Zach's toughness. Zach would always, whether he was tired or whether he was a little banged up, we all know Zach would just be able to fight through it, and that's something I really took in from him.
And is there anything as far as the goal or anything specific that you're trying to do to kind of make yourself stand out again in the backfield as a lot of invasive?
I would definitely say just be as versatile as I could be able to run routes, catch the ball, be a power back and speed back at the same time. So it's basically be a dominant in every aspect. It helped me a lot.
What's your first impression of the Parsons deal? Seems like a pretty humane. And it's an alligator.
Yeah. Carson, he's a pretty interesting dude. He's pretty cool. He's a great guy, great athlete, and I'm excited to see what Wayne him behind it here as a boy.
What would you say are maybe the two things you guys both bring that are maybe a little bit different to this offense?
I'll say me and Carson, I could see it being like a 1-2 punch type of deal. We both and seem to get versatile in the backfield. So we could just rotate, be ready to backfield each other.
Have you taken Isaiah under your wing at all, considering he's also a true freshman coming in for the spring?
Yeah, Isaiah kind of, like, it's crazy because it kind of reminds me of myself last year because, you know, I came into the spring and, like, it was all new to me. So that's what, like, Isaiah's dealing with, and I'm, like, helping him through it, like Zach wants to be. So, yeah.
You know, working with Deshaun Foster, you know, is there anything specific he's been, you know, trying to get you to do this year to improve a certain area of your game?
Yeah, Coach Foster I can say Coach Foster is a great coach. He's helped me a lot. One main thing he's trying to get me to do is just, you know, pad level and keeping my stamina, building my better stamina like we do with individual drills and stuff like that. He just helps me with stamina, and I feel like that's going to help me a lot this year. So shout out to him for that.
Thanks, TJ.
No problem.
Appreciate it, man.
No problem.